What's going on, my Cardano friends? It is your friend Jack here, and in today's video we're going to be going over a rather large Cardano project that I have never spoken about on the channel. And to be honest, I don't know why, because this project is very important for Cardano. It is a big project, and I'd like to show you about it and tell you about it today. The project we're going to be discussing is Ardana, and Ardana, if you don't know it already, is more or less a stablecoin platform, an ecosystem built on Cardano. Their main goal is to bring stablecoins to Cardano so you can take out collateralized loans and do all types of fun things with this stable asset pegged to the US dollar without worrying about crypto volatility. You can still utilize the benefits of decentralization and cryptocurrencies of owning your own money. So that right off the gate is very important. And maybe you're thinking right now, okay, well, what else do they do, right? We'll get to that in a minute. But even just a stable coin to me is very important, and seeing someone work on it and making it their absolute goal is the stablecoin part of this is awesome. And I do want to support this project, and I want to tell you about it. So first things first, let's go into a little bit more, right? What's happening with Ardana right now? Well, first of all, they do have a governance token. I believe this token will also share revenue from their DEX, which they're going to be launching to provide liquidity to the stablecoin. And we'll go over the roadmap in a sec as well. But Ardana is essentially decentralized. That's their aim for their governance, and also for the pair that they're making here, the stablecoin pair. They want people to be able to borrow it like any other loan, but in this case, it's more trustless and it's algorithmically backed, and you don't have to have a good credit score, obviously, to take out a loan. And you can use your Cardano or ADA as collateral, which is really cool. Or you could even park your money inside the stablecoin and just use it to keep the value, while also very likely earning some nice juicy yields on the stablecoin, as we've seen from other pairs and other platforms and other blockchains, ranging from 7 to 9% with USDC and USDT. So hopefully we can get some of that going on. It might not be on Ardana, maybe it's on another lending protocol like Liquid or something else, but it's very interesting to see. Okay, the stablecoin is going to be called DUSD, and it will be backed, as I mentioned earlier, by on-chain collateral, and will enable borrowers to take leverage on their ADA and other supported assets. It's going to be backed by US dollars, pegged 1-to-1, so it's going to be very similar to other stablecoins, yes, but this time it's going to be on Cardano. There's also the idea of trading fees, and making basically money for providing liquidity like any other DEX, and a foreign exchange where you can swap between international stablecoins. So there's not only DUSD, but there's DEuro, DGBP, and all other types of things. Maybe D-Canadian, we'll see. But that's interesting. I've never really seen that in other pairs, and it will be very nice to see that kind of way of interacting with stablecoins for people who are in the US. Makes it more accessible and makes it more, makes sense. So that's pretty awesome. Now, diving a bit deeper into the project and where I think this could be headed in terms of team, in terms of community, and in terms of communication, I think it looks very strong. They do have a lot of followers on Twitter. I'm not sure how many of them are legit. It's really hard to tell, but it seems like there is a lot of people talking about them, especially when they have an ISO coming. Essentially, you're going to be able to stake with pools to get their Dana token. Their Dana token is worth some money right now. So that interests people, that creates hype, that creates followers, that creates a community around the project, which is really good. Nothing against this. But I do think that in terms of projects on Cardano, this is one of the bigger ones. The DeFi hub part, I'm not too sure about. I'm more sure, though, that the stablecoin will enable pretty much all the DeFi on Cardano. So in that sense, I do see the hub coming together with something like the Ardana token. And I am very grateful to have these people building something this in depth on Cardano, and not just going to another chain and building some other stablecoin. Having one on Cardano is really important, and also having one that's primarily in Cardano is even better, in my opinion. Of course, having this on other blockchains will be really good interoperably, and I really hope we can see that. whether it be transferring one of one from Ardana to another stablecoin, or the DUSD is on other blockchains. That would also be really nice. But moving past the technicals, I also want to mention that they do have a lot more information, not just about how you can earn money, how their governance token works, how liquidity works, but also just what they're doing, what the stable coin is about, and basic explanations of the models that they're using and why they pick Cardano. So if you want to see that, I will leave that link down in the description. It's their docs page if you want to read in and go deep onto everything from security audits all the way to the base Cardano protocol, which they're building on. Okay, now, in terms of community, in terms of news, they are doing very well. Ardonna has been updating quite frequently. They have a lot of updates. There hasn't been any recently. I'm assuming they are building things, so obviously you can't be always super vocal, but they are doing pretty well in terms of communication, which I really like to see. Now, if we go to the roadmap, it's not, get all your super sexy things around and done by this year, but it is a reasonable roadmap, which I like to see. First of all, we've already completed a lot of these things. All the way up until here, we have project conception, deployment, stablecoin development, seed sale, white paper release, Plutus contract audits, private sale, ARM development, public sale, token generation event, and some SEX listings, as we saw earlier on the main page. If we scroll up, they are listed on MEXC and Gate.io. I'm assuming they're going to be listed on places like KuCoin and other bigger exchanges next as their project grows. But right now, we are in the phase of Q1 2022 with further wallet integration and the Ardana Academy opening up, which is pretty cool. Looking forwards after that, we have a community ambassador program that should drive a lot of people to the project, which is nice to see for the Dana holders and also just for adoption in general of the stablecoin pair and having liquidity. You're going to need a lot of people. So that's good. Governance transition to their Dana token is going to be happening. So future decisions of the protocol will likely be happening in a more decentralized manner. And then we have third-party integration expansion, partner project integrations, stablecoin release, which is the big thing, and their swap release. So their DEX pretty much. Now, after that, we have in this year the foreign exchange and the V2 release. So it's all coming pretty soon, honestly. It's coming by the end of the year. At least that's the roadmap. And then we have a lot of other things for 2023 and beyond. It's very vague here, but there is a lot to do. I think once we have the stablecoin released, that is really the big, huge key to the main puzzle. And all these other things will just be additional add-ons that are nice to have. But having a stablecoin that is reliable, that is adopted on Cardano is going to be massive. And that definitely will be the DeFi hub of Cardano if it's to take off and get traction and have liquidity so people can use it, store their value, take out loans, and do really whatever they want on the crypto side of things without taking on the crypto side of things volatility. Now, coming over to their team page is the last thing I want to talk about. We have a lot of people, okay? I'm not going to go into each person and go look at their credentials, but overall, there's a lot of people for this project, especially when we're just developing a stablecoin as first priority. This is going to take a lot of people, but having this many people on board with a good amount of base knowledge is very good to see. Matter of fact, Ryan here, the founder, I've heard him talk. He is a very intelligent person, and seeing him talk and hearing him talk about the protocol does make me even more interested in general about Ardonna. That's it for the video today. Nothing too hype, nothing too crazy, but I do believe that stablecoins are going to be an absolute must on Cardano, and especially on any crypto platform that wants to bring in real world people and who can play around and benefit from decentralization and owning your own money without having to risk all of their life savings in volatile assets. Anyways, hope you enjoyed. If you did, please smash the like button, hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next freaking video.